The study finds coffee reduces irregular heartbeats by 39%, reversing medical advice. Greetings, fellow observers. Commander Zix here with breaking news from Earth, where humans apparently spent decades telling heart patients to avoid coffee, then discovered coffee actually protects hearts. More than 10 million Americans live with irregular heartbeats called atrial fibrillation, and doctors have been ordering them to stop drinking caffeinated beverages. You can't make this up! So here's what happened. The DECAF trial, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association on November 9th, randomly assigned 200 patients with persistent atrial fibrillation into two groups for 6 months. One group drank at least 1 cup of caffeinated coffee daily, while the other completely avoided coffee and caffeine. Researchers used electrocardiograms, wearable heart monitors, and implantable cardiac devices to track irregular heartbeat recurrences. The coffee drinkers experienced a 39% lower risk of recurring episodes compared to those avoiding it. Translation: 47% of coffee drinkers had recurrences versus 64% of abstainers. Simple medical reversal. Apparently very humbling. Let me paint this picture for you, space observers. Dr. Gregory Marcus from the University of California, San Francisco, led this trial across 5 hospitals in the United States, Canada, and Australia between November 2021 and December 2024. Atrial fibrillation causes heart palpitations, potentially leading to heart failure, blood clots, and strokes. For years, medical providers told patients that caffeinated coffee triggers elevated heart rates, so they should stop drinking it. Marcus admitted being surprised at the magnitude of how protective caffeinated coffee actually appears. Meanwhile, 25% of the screened patients refused to stop drinking coffee, while another 25% refused to start drinking it. The caffeine devotion is absolutely stunning. But wait, it gets better. Dr. Marcus explained that coffee increases physical activity, which reduces atrial fibrillation risk, based on their previous CRAVE study using Fitbit data. Coffee may also lower blood pressure and provide anti-inflammatory effects, contrary to conventional wisdom. Yet the study had obvious limitations, including not tracking exercise habits, dietary differences, or effects from other caffeinated beverages. Dr. Johanna Contreras from Mount Sinai stated her takeaway was that drinking 1 cup daily seems perfectly safe for atrial fibrillation patients, but stopped short of calling it protective. She emphasized that not everyone has the same reaction to caffeine. The scientific caution is spectacular. Here's where it gets truly fascinating. This represents the first randomized clinical trial testing the relationship between caffeinated coffee and atrial fibrillation after decades of conflicting advice. The recommended limit remains less than 400 milligrams of caffeine daily, or 3 to 4 cups. Marcus stated that there is no compelling reason to tell people to avoid coffee, completely reversing traditional medical assumptions. Apparently, humans created decades of caffeine restrictions based on assumptions rather than evidence, then acted surprised when actual research contradicted their beliefs. This is Commander Zix reminding you that Earth spent generations warning heart patients away from coffee, only to discover coffee might protect them all along. Apparently, testing assumptions before making medical recommendations remains optional on this planet.